This is exciting. After 3 months of no what you would call ordinary shopping centres or shopping supermarkets even, we have found a Lidl in Greece. So Leah's excited, she might get some veggie options. You're excited? There's all sorts of stuff we haven't had in Turkey for ages. This is fantastic, so try not to fill the trolley too much, but it might be a bit impossible. See, we do actually eat normal food as well. I mean, granted there's a lot of alcohol in there and stuff, but yeah, it's better than it has been. But this one's quite happy actually, look at all the options. She's got crisps and all sorts now, even vegan burgers.
This has been my favourite morning in ages. It's going to sound so sad, but we found an actual Lidl with an actual car park where you can actually park as opposed to just leaving it and abandoning it in the middle of the road. Wasn't that exciting?
Yeah, that's a testament to how boring we've got. Look how excited we are for a little shop. Just buy like a normal shop.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Amazing.
Just go and eat it.
Yeah.
Oh. Seriously, like you go to Turkey and you just dump it in the roadside, and if there is a car park you can never fit in it because there's about room for about 1 and a bit cars, but the Turks manage to put like 3 or 4 in that same space. But this is nice being able to park up somewhere. Like we often use Lidl's and Aldi's for like somewhere to stop for dinners and stuff, don't we? Like we'll go get a baked good or something like that, sit and have a drink, have a plan in a car park. They've often been our friends, haven't they? This is 5 minutes from the campsite, so we can top up again before we leave here. And it'll just keep costs down a little bit, because although the food on the site isn't so expensive, it's still like 8, 10, 12 euros a meal, which we've spent, alright, we spent 78 euros here today, but that's probably going to last us at least, I'd say, 3 or 4 days. So it works out a lot better in that for us, doesn't it? So yeah, I just can't wait to get back. And I've actually got bacon, like proper bacon, not British bacon, but smoked bacon, like American streaky bacon. But I'll take that at this point in time. So I am going to, oh, I can't even speak. I'm so like, I'm genuinely twitching in my trousers right this second. Considering it had bad reviews on Google, more about the woman at the reception, and if it is the woman who dealt with me, she was absolutely fine, you know, can't complain at all. So you sometimes wonder if it is just people like taking offence a little bit, don't you? We've got to love a Lidl. First time in 3 months I've actually been able to get pork sausages and a bit of bacon. I'm going to get myself a little bit of a, albeit basic, but an English fry up done to be able to actually have a bit of bacon, a sausage and some eggs. Got some bread as well, but it's actually like proper like English bread, I'd say. Some of the foreign bread's a bit more like baguettes, and if you don't use it within a few hours it's stiff, which just says how much stuff we put in ours really, but it's just like a little taste of home, so I'm looking forward to this today, really am. I mean, that is a big banger, isn't it? I've got my bacon slices and my eggs are on the go. Gotta just say though, that considering we're limited with 1 stove, I think what I've just knocked up here is like the food of the gods. Let me just show you this. That is like a proper fry up, as good as I'm going to get. Even done a little bit of fried bread there for myself. That looks pretty good. So we've left our first park up in Greece and we're heading to another one now, but we've just stumbled across like this little natural park area. This is Vistanida Lake. It is a lagoon, it runs from the sea. The sea is just over that side of the road there. Really beautiful area. Just read online as well that you might see some pelicans. Apparently pelicans regularly here. Other different types of birds, but this is just the beginning. It goes on for a little while before we go on to our next spot. The campsite we're going to is about another hour or so away, in a little town. There's an island called Thassos just across from it, so we're hoping to get a boat trip there tomorrow just to explore somewhere different and make the most of the days we have in Greece. Are you happy, Lee?
Oh, so yeah, honestly, I didn't realise, I quite like the chaos of a lot of countries, but I didn't realise how sort of crazy Turkey was in terms of driving. And today we've been driving about an hour or so. Yeah,
it's a lot more relaxed than it, the driving and everything. They're there.
Chilled out, there's parking spaces.
People actually indicate
and stop at traffic lights and don't
undertake you when turning corners and stuff. Yeah, so it's a refreshing change, isn't it? If anything, it's a bit boring, isn't it?
It is actually.
So the campsite we're staying at tonight has very mixed reviews. Park for night, the reviews aren't so good. Going on Google, they're alright to be fair. The place we was at yesterday and the night before and the night before that, the communal one, the reviews on that were pretty poor, and to be fair that was absolutely fantastic. It's one of the better places we've been. It was worked out 68 euros for 3 nights, which I don't think is too bad considering the limited amount of campsites in that area. They could have charged a hell of a lot more. We've arrived in Keramoti, our second stop in Greece. We're just heading to the beach now. We're going to find our feet. The beach is a couple of 100 metres away from the campsite over there. We're here mainly because we want to go to the little Greek island called Thassos tomorrow. We're going to go into the town and have a little look at like what the price is, the ticket halves, foot passengers. When we drove through the town earlier, looked quite busy actually, sort of bars, restaurants, little tavernas. The beach is just sort of coming into view now, so this is about a 5-minute walk from the campsite. You see the boats, which we'll be going on tomorrow, which take us to the island. The old town's ahead of us now. There's plenty of these little cafes and bars around already from what we've seen. When we drove in earlier, there was like loads of bars and seafood restaurants, pizza places, so definitely like a tourist place. So beers by the sea, back in Greece. This is our little spot. Making our way to the port now to go get the ferry to Thassos. I was just looking online last night and I think it's €5 per person one way. Might be slightly cheaper for return, we'll find out when we get there. About half hour, 45-minute crossing. Once you get to like the port of Thassos, there's restaurants, bars, there's a couple of beaches, there's some old ruins in the distance or something, so we can have like a little explore of that. I think the ferry's back up pretty late as well, so we can spend quite a bit of the time there and then sort of maybe have a couple of beers. The boats are in the distance, you might just see the big red one. There's that one and a couple of blue ones. It's going to go to the ticket office. You can only buy the tickets on the day. You can't buy them online in advance. So we're just heading towards the ticket office now, and despite all the fact we've just said about the driving in Turkey in the previous video, we have just seen like a little crash there. Like a road to the port where you kind of do like a U-turn on this road, but traffic also flows the other way, so I think it's just been like a standard collision really. Go get these tickets. Thassos is actually like the 12th biggest island in Greece, and it's the most northerly one, closest to the mainland. Meant to be nice, some nice beaches there. Obviously we won't get to explore it all today, we've been such a big island, but we can explore the coast, maybe have a little swim because it is red hot today as well. So this is the little ticket booth just ahead of us where we've got the queue of people. We're just going to go join that, and hopefully we'll only be a couple of minutes before we get straight on the boat.
One car coming before?
2 please. Okay. We're just about to enter onto the ferry now. So these are all like the ferries which go to Thassos. You can see they're quite busy. This is one of them. This one's just unloading by the looks of it. The other one we're on's just about to go now. Plenty of cars on it. Big ferry. 45 minutes-ish. We're going to go around that cove to the left, and then the island, you just see on the other side of the boat over there is Thassos. Well, I do love the ferry ride. It's sickeningly hot today, it's absolutely roasting. Hopefully this boat will give us a bit of breeze now, but it has been unbelievably hot. We think it's to do with the humidity in fairness, but it feels a lot hotter here than it did in Cappadocia, despite the fact it's about the same temperature. That is the mainland in the distance. The little cove over there is just where the campsite is pretty much. Leah's got an issue really with these seagulls because one of them's just shit on her. I'm a bit concerned one might shit on me too, so I'm going to try and get out of the way a bit. I said to her, as long as it don't happen to me, I'll be happy. Unfortunately it happened to Leah, so there she is, covered in shit. So just like a quick note on the prices here, this ferry is €5 per person one way, obviously so €10 return basically. You can only book one way at a time. Cars and vans and stuff are €35 to cross, which would be good because there is campsites on there as well on the island, so if we had a little bit longer we'd probably have brought the van over and explored the island. Apparently they can drive around it in about 2 hours, so it would have been a perfect sort of thing to do in a weekend, but we haven't got that long really left in Greece, so trying to make headway a little bit towards Albania while we've got the time. Coming into Thassos harbour now, should be about another 5 minutes and then it should start unloading foot passengers and then vehicles, so we can get out and have a little explore. Just about to pull up now to Thassos harbour and unload. The ferry's pretty busy, so we're just going to sit back and let a few people pass. The ferry next door to us is all loaded up with vehicles ready to go, so that should be going in the next few minutes. We've just got off now on the island. There's another boat just about to load up. You can sort of see how busy it is in the distance. A few coach trips coming. Just going to try and find out like where we're going to go, where the shops are, where the restaurants are, where the beach is. First thing what struck us though, as soon as you got off, was how beautifully blue the water was here. I think there's only small like sort of beachy, but the water looks beautiful and clear. There's quite a few people up ahead of us. I think it's called Paphos Beach, about a 10-minute walk from here, so we're going to have a little look and have a little sort of swim around in there. I've got to say, the first time I've ever been to Greece, and we've only been here 3 or 4 days, but I can see the appeal why people definitely come. Having a little scope now just to find out like where we can go in like these beach areas. There's little sort of coves and stuff. Quite a rocky beach, but there's like areas like this where the trees are, where the water's still clear, but we might get a little bit of shade. We've found our little spot finally. There aren't many places with shade. It's not that big of a beach to be fair, but it's quite nice. The water's clear, there's fish swimming around. You can see the ferries, there's bars and restaurants over there, so I think what we're going to probably do is have a swim for a bit, cool down, go for a drink.
Yeah.
We've had a couple of hours on the beach now. Obviously, granted, I fell asleep for the majority of it as usual. Just so relaxing, these places. Well, we're having our first beer on the island of Thassos. I had to think about that then. Found this beautiful bar right on the harbour. Thought we'll have a couple of local beers, pints of Mythos, €6 each, so they are expensive, but to be honest, when you've got views like that, I think it's justified really. So I got distracted by the cat.
Hello.
It's the small things sometimes, isn't it? We're just saying about how pleased we are we've got a beer mat, because the amount of times you're drinking these drinks in warm weather and it drips on your pants and makes you look like you've wet yourself. Thassos has been really nice, hasn't it? What did you think?
It's been beautiful, but absolutely. I'm gutted that we didn't have more days available to sort of bring the van over and have a bit of a drive about.
It's quite a big island actually, it's the 12th biggest. And the most northerly. But it said you could drive around the island in about 2 hours, so if we'd have had a little bit longer we would have brought the van here and had a couple of days here, but unfortunately we are against the clock a little bit, aren't we?
Shadows on the sand and ice cream melting in my hand. Look at all the good things, yeah. Just look at all the good things. Smiling till my face is aching, loving till my heart is breaking. Look at all the good things we have.
Well, it's only took 3 months, but we've finally got a bit of rain. It's got really humid, there's been thunder this morning. Apparently Albania, Montenegro and other areas of Greece have had big thunderstorms and storms in the last sort of 12-15 hours, so we might be getting some, but to be fair, it's nice to see. The only thing missing is us jumping outside, isn't it, and cooling down, which still might be a thing yet, we're not sure. But
I was going to suggest going in a car park and just feeling rain.
it does seem weird seeing rain after this length of time, doesn't it?
Yeah.
But yeah, this is the worst weather we've had for 3 months easily, and it's not even bad to be fair. It's still
Touch wood.
26 degrees and it's overcast, but can't argue with this. Quite nice.
Actual rain. We've just seen the lightning.
Moving campsites yet again today. We're heading just past Thessaloniki and we've seen a little campsite on the coast we want to go to. It's about 2 hours drive from here, 200k roughly. Going to go there for a couple of days and then we're going to go to a place called Meteora, and where apparently there's some monasteries up on like these freestanding cliffs or something like that. A couple of other areas, and then we're heading to Parga, which is on the west coast of Greece, before we head into Albania. Last night's campsite was alright, apart from the party until 4 AM, 4:30 from a club down the road. But yeah, this is get to Thessaloniki and then we're brought the back of the driving in Greece really. We made it to our campsite. We are about an hour's drive past Thessaloniki. Just making our way now, exploring the site and stuff. The beach is there, probably a couple of 100 metres walk from where we're staying. Campsite seems alright to be fair. €34 a night, alright, a bit more expensive, but we are in Europe. That does include electricity. Seems pretty good, pretty quiet, so we just thought we'd have a little explore of this beach, and I think we're going to have a beach day tomorrow. It's looking pretty golden actually from here. That'll do for me. Anyone who knows where we're from in Hull knows the North Sea, and anyone who knows the North Sea will know that it's not particularly appealing to go swimming. This I can actually see the bottom a bit. Alright, it's a little bit murky, but nothing too bad. But yeah, we'll be in there tomorrow, have a good swim, have a good snorkel. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with this to be honest. Homemade pork chow mein. Arsenal v Liverpool on the TV. What more could I want? I forgot beer in hand as well. So we're up, we're refreshed, it's dinner time. We've had some breakfast /dinner. We're going to go to the beach. I'm armed with snorkel today, so I'm hoping to see some sort of interesting creatures down there. It's quite nice, it's warm, but there is a breeze. I've just done something sharp in my crock as well. Ow, that hurt. But yeah, I'm going to go have a little swim in the sea. Hopefully it looks a bit choppy, but it looks quite welcoming. So we're going to go there and get our tans on. That over there, that big moundy thing, is Mount Olympus. I think it's the highest mountain in Greece. Ordinarily we would have probably tried to climb that at one point, but given the amount of beer, the amount of crap we've eaten recently, it's just not a thing.
If you didn't get that, I said it's called.
Well, tonight I'm going to try and make, or potentially ruin, an Italian classic, a carbonara. First time I've ever done it. I'm going to use the raw eggs, use it a traditional way, cook the eggs in the residual heat from the spaghetti. Don't know how it's going to go. Hopefully well, because it's all I've really got for my tea. So the next step is baking off the heat, get the water boiling. It's important to keep the fat and of water on the boil from our spaghetti. We'll just put this out the way for now, the salted water. If I can get rid of it. There we go, we'll bring that to the boil and then the spaghetti will go in. The next step in the process is my egg, cheese and pepper mixture, which is what the spaghetti is going to go in once it's cooked, so I need to do that and give it a good whisk. So we have the eggs going in. Ideally it's one egg and then ideally one egg yolk, so hopefully try and separate this. Generally we can go put it in this box, we'll put the yolk in there, near enough. I want a bit of the cheese which I bought earlier, which is Padano cheese, also goes into the mixture. So we'll have some of this. It's best it's a hard cheese, that should be enough there. Quite a peppery dish apparently. And then mix this up with a fork to give ourselves like a bit of a creamy sort of egg sauce. It all mixed in together. So that now just needs to wait for a few minutes just for the pasta to cook, and then that'll all be good and combined together. The next step is roughly 100 grams of pasta per portion. Not sure, looks about right. In that goes. We'll bring that to the boil now, just get it al dente, and then once that happens, that's when the magic starts to happen. It should all come together. So pasta's on the boil, that needs a few more minutes yet, and then that's good to go. Got the bacon back on the heat just to warm up, just get the fat loose again, and then from there, the start the carbonara comes together. I've got some pasta water in a little pot there, just in case we need to make it a little bit silkier. That's currently sizzling. I'll turn the heat down a notch. So what I'm going to do is get my pasta which I prepared earlier, keeping a little bit of liquid in there with the bacon. The whole idea now is to give that a coating in the fat and the bacon. And then the idea is while it's still hot like this, take this off the heat and add our mixture I made earlier. Off the heat is important. Cover and toss the little thick. So what I'm going to do is just put a little bit in there to glossify it. Give that a spin round. Off the heat now, so that residual heat should cook that. That can go off. All a bit rushed towards the end. Carbonara. So that is our carbonara. I mean, it's shit all over the floor, but that's what it is. A little bit more cheese on top. Just a little bit of cheese. A bit more black pepper. And that is a carbonara. Can cook well in a van.
I must admit, I did have my reservations when you said about the raw egg going in, but
it's cooked alright. That it's all stuck together. It's made a very creamy sauce. Let's give it a little try. 5 stars. So it's our final night here in this particular part of Greece, just up the road from Thessaloniki. We're going to leave it there, and you'll pick up next week's episode as we continue carrying on towards Meteora, Parga, and then eventually Albania. So carry on watching, like and subscribe. Appreciate you all. Thank you. See you next week.